So I recently had a hypnosis student ask me a really fun question that I promise I will be able to tie back to hypnosis. Just bear with me. So I was doing one of these Instagram lives and she messaged me and she was like, how and why are your teeth so white? And so I'm going to answer that in a very practical way, but I also am going to tie it back to hypnosis. So practical answer first. Been using this toothpaste for, I don't know, a year and a half. Stumbled into it. I like it. Seems to work. I also have energy drinks more than I have tea now, and I'm sure that has something to do with it. And let's be honest, this filter on Instagram is good. It's called Subtle, and I think that it's really nice, and I think that it makes my teeth look even brighter. So all of those things combined, I've got a pretty bright smile. It's not just the filter. I also have a pretty good, like, white teeth grin in person as well. All right, this is how we're going to tie this back to hypnosis, because I am all things hypnosis all the time, so I can tie anything back to it essentially. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about how hypnosis is so good at reverse aging. And so if you look on my website, so go to CourtneyStarkey.com and you go to the About page, scroll down a little bit, you will see a picture of me and Brian Weiss. This is during my very first hypnosis training back in the summer of 2014. We are now in September of 2024, so more than 10 years later. For real, I look better now than I did then. And I always got a lot of compliments as I was growing up that I looked a lot younger than I was, so that's something that I'm pretty used to. But if you look at me now, you look at me from 10 years ago, I actually look better at 45 than I did at 35. All credit to hypnosis. It is, on a very energetic level, is bringing you a lot of calm, a lot of peace, a lot of joy. All of those things are going to cut down on the oxidization or cortisol or whatever it is that causes us to look older as we are stressed out throughout our lives. So very practical. We've got a lot less stress, a lot less cortisol in our lives as a result of experiencing hypnosis on a regular basis. Now let me get a little weird with it because, you know, it's spiritual hypnosis. So if we don't get weird with it, what's the fun? In level 3 of SEH, the Soul Empowering Hypnosis Certification training that I teach, we intentionally have a very beautiful and very outside of the box approach to reverse aging and a purification process. And I would say the most normal version of it is that we go into a very purifying and cleansing water. So it just depends on whatever the client's soul is most drawn to. So the purification process could be from a waterfall, could be from a pond, a lake, an ocean, a stream, raindrops, like whatever it is. But there is something that is so purifying where the water comes into you, but then also helps you to release and let go of and expel anything that is not so great that you've been holding on to. Again, it could feel very physical, could feel very emotional, energetic, intellectual. All of that could be what you experience. Now, we also have a couple of even more outside of the box approaches which are really beautiful. I'll start with one that I think is the lesser of the two strange approaches. And I say strange, I say weird with a term of endearment. When it comes to the next technique that I'll tell you about, it involves fairies. And if you are spiritual and you believe in these things, and I get it if you don't, because what I'm saying is very weird, I'm totally aware of that. If you believe in it, man, lean on the fairies. The fairies like helping. They have such peppy cheerleader energy. And if you ask the fairies for help, you are going to hear something that's a lot like this. Like they are so, so happy to finally be acknowledged, to finally be asked, to finally be asked to help in a way that they know that they are very good and hardly anybody ever acknowledges that they can help. So be prepared to hear very celebratory energy. When you ask them for help in this particular regard, you can ask them for help with anything, honestly, but in this particular regard, when you do, they're very, very good getting two things that I've noticed they're very good at getting in there at the most microscopic level and just finding the tiniest little bits and pieces of leftover residue that maybe were accidentally left behind. The fairies will get in there and excavate and find them. All right, there's that. What I've also seen them do is they're very good at taking big, unmanageable chunks of not great things that you're holding on to, and they will just break them down and break them down and break them down and break them down until they are in those smaller, more manageable, passable chunks, if you will, and then they will excavate from that point. They're really good at it. Just ask them. Another thing that I want to say is, because I have a very, I know I sound very odd right now, and that's okay. I also have a very practical approach to life. And if anybody is watching this and you're like, that girl sounds crazy. Yeah, I know. I'm very aware of that. Try it. Just try it. Just see if it works. And here's the thing. Even if what I am saying is placebo effect, and it might be, placebo effect is amazing. Placebo effect works. I've got my, I finished my doctoral coursework, so my PhD got straight A's, so I've got a level head on me. I can rub my brain cells together and they work just fine. In my PhD coursework, I learned that whenever they are comparing medicines and trying to figure out which medicines are most effective, they don't compare the medicine's efficacy to nothing. They actually compare the medicine's efficacy to placebo effect. Why? Because placebo effect is real. It actually helps a lot. And so medicine does not have to surpass nothing. Medicine, to be deemed effective, has to surpass the placebo effect. That's how much modern medicine acknowledges that placebo effect is real and is very helpful. So if any of what I'm saying sounds super outside the box, sounds crazy, try it, because it works. And I personally, I think that it's real. Like, I think that we really do have realms and beings that are outside of our normal field of perception, our normal ability to be able to perceive. And when you ask these beings for help, things will happen in the physical that don't make sense unless something extraordinary is going on. So if you're a doubter, just ask, see what happens. Okay, that brings us to the third, even more outside of the box technique, again, that we teach in level 3 of the Soul Empowering Hypnosis Certification training. And when it comes to this healing or purification process, what we rely on in this one is actually dragon fire. And a lot of people, even the ones that are on the same page as me and they're very outside of the box, and they totally get all this weird stuff that I'm talking about, they believe in it, like, don't have to convince them. Even people who are in that category of belief, sometimes they're like, you want me to do what? You want me to intentionally stand in the path of dragon fire as a purification process? Yes, yes I do. Here's why. It is surprisingly comfortable and refreshing and pleasant and feels nice. I wouldn't necessarily liken it to a massage, but it does have that feeling that like something has just happened to you / for you that just feels like you have been well cared for and well looked after in a very warm way. So the dragon fire doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel like it's burning or anything like that, even though the intention is for it to burn off and to purify these things to help you with being healthier, letting something go, reverse aging, you know, whatever it is that are the impurities that you are kicking out in that moment. The dragon fire feels really, really good. Like, to date, I've never had anybody say like, ouch. I didn't like it. And most of the time, people are a little bit nervous about what they're going to end up feeling during that. So that's another one. Just try it. And if you have been curious at all about a hypnosis certification program or deepening, maybe you're already a certified hypnotherapist or a master hypnotherapist and you want to deepen your practice even further, or let's say that you're trained in LBL or past life regression or QHHT or BQH, all of those styles of hypnosis, Soul Empowering Hypnosis, SEH, complements really, really well. And I've taken all of those certification trainings, and so SEH, I can tell you with 100% confidence, fills in the gaps of all of those trainings. So for example, what to do whenever the session isn't working, the script is failing, the client is experiencing nothing, like we have sorted out all of that in SEH. So no matter where you are in your hypnosis journey, you might be brand new to hypnosis or you might be really, really experienced, SEH meets you where you are and is a great experience. So if you want to enjoy a free 2-hour live online hypnosis training, all you have to do is go to hypnosisisfreedom.com. We'll talk more about what to do when the script is failing and the session isn't working and the client's like, I'm experiencing nothing. We have a couple of really fail-proof solutions that work every time that clients and practitioners really, really love. So you'll get to experience that. You will also get to experience a live group hypnosis session where I pull together some of the best techniques that I have learned from some of my highest achieving clients' souls. So whether it's world champion athletes or business billionaires or media moguls or TV celebrities, there are some very, very interesting people and their souls have taught me some incredibly useful hypnosis techniques that I get to pay forward, and you get to experience them during the group hypnosis event that's coming up in just a couple of days. So go to hypnosisisfreedom.com. You'll be able to pick your training date that works best for you, and you'll be able to join us live. Make sure that you're on time. I have to cap the attendees at 100, and there are also no replays, so make sure that when you book your time that you show up exactly on time, plan to stick around for the 2 hours. And if you're like me and you're like, yes, I would love to do this live free training, that sounds great, but how do I just sign up for the program? All you have to do is go to CourtneyStarkey.com and you'll see how to sign up for the certification training. And if you email me, Courtney@CourtneyStarkey.com, and just say, hey, I want to sign up for the certification program. This is how I would like to sign up, because you could do pay in full or a 6-month payment plan or a 12-month payment plan. Just tell me which way you plan to register and I'll send you a coupon code for $300 off. So you can do that today. Email me, Courtney@CourtneyStarkey.com, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.